All right, guys, what's going on? My PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, stream it up for Season 10, Episode 1. Happy October 6th, Walking Dead Day. Season 10 starts tonight. For those who haven't seen it, AMC premiere, you got to see it a week early. We had the luxury to watch it early, so we'll talk about that. I don't want to talk about all the episode, but we'll cover it for sure. We'll talk about some good things, some crazy things, some cheesy things, all that stuff. But spoiler warning if you're catching it on the replay. People will be asking questions, and I don't know if you want to, be aware of this information. Maybe watch the episode, come back, see what we talk about, all that stuff. Spoiler warning for The Walking Dead Season 10. Also, Season 11. Fear the Walking Dead a little bit, The Walking Dead, the third show, all that stuff. Spoiler warning. It says it in the title, but I got to put it out there too. So thank you guys for joining me. It's a good day. It's a good weekend. It is awesome to be a Walking Dead fan. Thank you guys for taking the time. Sandra, Xmas Girl, Bailey, Kaima, Janet, TWD Edits, everybody there too. I appreciate you guys taking there too. Kaima, Chima, I don't know how to say your name, but thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. Today, every day, being a part of it, always a great thing. So, top chat, super chat, all that stuff. Thank you guys for taking the time to be here. You choose to be here, so I appreciate it. So, we did our live stream last week on our Fight For Us channel. Hopefully, you'll subscribe to that channel as well, but that's kind of be about our book series and a couple other things. It's not going to be Walking Dead related at all, or maybe a little bit here and there, but mainly about my book series, Fight For Us, on there too. And I just want to put a shout out to the Fight For Us books. So I got a link to my Fight For Us books on our Amazon store. It's a link in the description of this video and every video going forward that'll have it in it. So I'm excited to talk about Fight For Us. I got the prequel book is definitely making some great progress. It'll be out early December at the latest, but hopefully before that as well. And I can't wait to share it with you. I'm very excited to talk about that. For sure, but The Walking Dead is back today. It's a great day. It's like, yes. It feels like a holiday. When The Walking Dead is back or some show you like is back, it's like, man, this is great. I'm excited to talk about it. I had a chance to watch it early, and it's definitely great. It's a good episode. It lives up to the hype. It lives up to all the stuff that we've been thinking about, hoping about, waiting, and seeing it. Fear the Walking Dead. We'll talk a little bit about it because it was last week was the final episode for season 5. But I was okay with the cliffhanger. I was okay with the way how it ended because something happened on the show. Something finally was like, okay, wow, man, this is good for something to happen. It was bad for what happened, but is it going to set up things with Sherry, CRM, different communities, some aspect of it? And if you watched the Walking Dead 3 trailer, so I don't know what to call it. Walking Dead Monument, The Walking Dead Show, The New Walking Dead Show, The Walking Dead 3, The Walking Dead Third Show. Basically, The Walking Dead Kid Show. I don't know what else to call it. Thank you, Sandra, PT Peeps for life. Sorry, PT Peeps for life. Thank you, Sandra, for the super chat. Always appreciate that. It comes back to the channel. It comes back for all those things, too, to keep us going and growing for a long, long time. So hopefully you checked out the trailer breakdown of it. The Walking Dead third show, it looks okay. But I asked the question, did Fear the Walking Dead's first trailer look okay? Did it look good? Did it? Boyd writes, TWD One Tree Hill edition. I can see where it's going. I love the idea of Stand By Me, the zombie apocalypse, because it definitely feels like that too. So I definitely like the idea of the show being connected with the universe in a big way. The big thing being connecting is that it is the universe, CRM, maybe the Commonwealth, maybe something there. But if you watch the trailer breakdown, you watch the trailer or you watch my breakdown and the trailer and vice versa, then you saw that the Walking Dead third show is taking place at Nebraska State University. I heard Nebraska is nice, right? Is that a callback to season 2 of The Walking Dead? And if you saw my post on Facebook, on Instagram, we talk about what Scott and Gimple said about CRM, the 3 circle helicopter people connecting points and where they're going to be and what they're going to do and kind of what it could be connected with. And The Walking Dead third show is one of those things. But That's Nebraska. Nebraska is around Texas. Interesting, right? Could the fear group go to Nebraska and be connected with that? I would love for that to happen, right? Absorb fear into the kids show, the Walking Dead third show. Again, I don't know what to call it, but the kids show. Even though it's filmed in Virginia, you see Nebraska State University all over the place. It looks pretty interesting. I still have my doubts a little bit if it's, Sweet Valley High School musical, Glee stuff, musical stuff on there too. And there's been talk about musicals coming to The Walking Dead or Fear the Walking Dead or The Walking Dead universe. It's like, what? What are we talking about here? I find it interesting because I got some information about some stuff that happened recently with filming. Potentially, I have to say potentially because we're not sure 100%, but I trust the source, that's for sure. But they're talking about Beta's backstory, country singer style, country singer Beta, musical, singer, singing. I doubt dancing, but singing while they attack Hilltop. Sounds pretty awesome. If it's done in a creepy way, that would be crazy, right? So, don't know how to say this name. Chima. What if Rosita gets the watchtower death? So it'd be the water tower death. But that would be interesting, right? Which, could she freak out? That would be terrible to see, though, because it's a crazy thing from the comics. But I personally think it's going to be Gage or Sadiq or something like that. I don't think it's going to be a woman because that would be crazy for that to happen. If you know the comics, you know what I'm talking about there, too. So, Xmas Girl 304 Q&A. Can we get some love for Scott Wilson? Today marks 1 year since he passed. For sure. Scott Wilson, he played Herschel on The Walking Dead and had a long career as an actor. He's in G.I. Jane. He's in Judge Dredd. He's in a bunch of things. They're the first thing that comes to my head, and The Walking Dead, of course. But he'll always be Herschel. He passed away suddenly. I was at Walker Stalker Atlanta a year ago, and there was a memorial for him. They had a nice thing about it. We shared it with you on our channel. It's a shame because Herschel died on the show, but Scott Wilson lived. And I'm really glad that we got to see him in Season 9, Episode 5. So definitely want to give, I guess, a shout out to, Scott Wilson, Wilson's family, the Wilson family, Scott Wilson's family. I doubt anyone's watching it here, but you never know. And anytime you lose a member of your family, your immediate family, your TV family, your Walking Dead family, it's a sad day. And it was a year ago, and definitely shout out to that. And I'm glad that we got to see him one more time in Season 9. It was really nice, for sure. Thank you, Sandra. Sandra writes, thanks for all your hard work, Bri, getting all these videos out to us. So I appreciate it. It's always nice to be appreciated and for a good shout out there, too. There are a lot of haters. There are a lot of baiters. There are a lot of people that love to stir up the pot, internet trolls. I wonder if anybody's going to come here for that. But what keeps me going is my love and devotion to The Walking Dead family, the zombie genre, just everything we do here to be an awesome community, family, connection point for everyone to be here. Not everyone can go to see places like we got to see, so I love to share it with you. I love to get information and share it with you, but not everybody wants the information, and that's okay. Some people told me they're going to be kind of, not watching some of the videos because we talk about spoilers. For sure, and I'm okay with that. You don't have to see that, but Sandra wants to see Milo. He's actually sitting right over here. There's a mat that's by my sliding glass door, and he's sitting there looking out. Milo. But I do love you guys to be a part of the channel, and I like to see where the future can go for things here. And, people love to say a lot of mean things on there as well, but that's the internet and that's what people do. And I do like to feel that people can like other channels on The Walking Dead. People can like other things besides the PT channel. If you like The Walking Dead, let's be a member and subscribe to all the Walking Dead channels. If you like what we do here, stay a subscriber. If you don't, then you don't have to. That's fine. It's not a big deal for me. But, disrespect and rudeness is uncalled for, especially to me and anyone else here. You got zero tolerance for that, for sure. Bailey Saxton, hi, Bri, I love the channel Q&A. Who do you see Lydia bonding with this season? For me, it is Daryl, Carol, and maybe a sister relationship with Judith. That's interesting because I see her bonding with Daryl and Carol for sure. They're kind of be her overwatchers, protect her for sure. I see kind of a bonding thing with Negan and Lydia because, sorry, Kima. Sorry, Kima. Sorry, I know how to say it now. But I see Lydia bonding with Negan because they're both kind of outsiders. And we'll talk about season 10, episode 1. And if you haven't seen the episode, you know what I'm talking about. But I feel like Lydia, it's going to probably bother me if they do anything crazy with Lydia this season with being an outsider, especially if they go after her and attack her physically and whatever, because the group at Alexandria, they're looking for someone to blame. There's always that mob mentality. Yeah, get them. She did this. She brought them here. Do this, on that stuff. And I could see that kind of happening with, Lydia this season. So we'll have to see what happens. Negan, Lydia stuff. I think that could be a connecting point because they could feel like outsiders in the group, and why not bring them together? So, Xmas Girl 304, great question. What are your predictions for Ezekiel's secret? So, my predictions are, I don't know. I know it's terrible, right? But for those who don't know, season 10, episode, I think is it 4 or 5, where it says that Ezekiel has a secret. I think it's episode 5 off the top of my head. But I think that was the last episode. Maybe episode 6 was the last one that he was seen around filming, is what the word is. So whatever it is his secret his connection with Michonne? Is his secret... I don't know, because I see them being at Hilltop. I see them being connected at Hilltop, and I don't know what else the secret could be there. And if they put it in the synopsis, then they're made for us to talk about it a little bit, especially since the synopses get out earlier and they get kind of leaked and they get spread around a little bit. But I just don't know where they want to go with the secret, because initially I think maybe he's trying to hide something from... Because supplies go missing, I believe it's in the synopsis for that episode. But then we saw the kiss. So was he trying to hide the secret with him and Michonne and not try to do anything? But it's interesting too. So a lot of people have seen the episode already, and I'm sure that people are sharing it all over the place, what happens, and the spoilers on there too. And it's going to be nice to finally be able to talk about it. So probably the last half hour I'll talk about it more, because I want to be able to talk about little things right here for that. But it's just interesting because the episode came out a week early. And it's crazy that people have been able to watch it a week early. And I believe AMC Premiere members will still be able to watch the Friday before the Sunday. It comes out 48 hours before. So I think it's going to continue the way Fear the Walking Dead did every Friday it comes out on AMC Premiere, which is crazy to say that they're putting it out that early. Faith, Q&A, is it true Beta's backstory is he was a country singer? That's wild. That's the information I got, that it's going to be verified on the show. I talked about the Beta being a country singer and the record in my live stream, I believe, weeks ago, way before the episode came out, because we got to watch it early on the Fear of the Walking Dead episode. The information that I got, I had to say potential spoilers because we don't know if it's 100% confirmed. It's still tracking. It's not on any other sites. It's not on there too. The anonymous source that I have, the awesome anonymous source that I have, told me this information, and the information that person has told me before has never let me down. So the information from that video, and people seem to think like, ooh, the Beta backstory, the country singer thing. Well, that's good, but it's going to be confirmed on The Walking Dead. The fact that he came up with a song, We Are the End of the World, that is going to be sung or hummed or whatever in a creepy way, maybe potentially on The Walking Dead when they attack Hilltop is the word. So that's the word I got. And I had to put on there the most recent videos. You heard it here first, because everybody loves to say, even people that were in the live stream on the Fight For Us there too, a person came in here, was trolling and said, you get all your information from this. And when I get information from that group, I credit them and say that it is them from there, right? But that's not our only source. You can go check out that stuff. The information that I got is not on there just yet. But when it does, it's going to spread like wildfire. Oh, it's confirmed, Beta this, backstory, blah, blah, blah. remember where you heard it first. That's all I can say. If, potentially, most likely, when it happens, just remember, guys. And I'm not trying to brag, I'm not trying to boast, but it's one of those things where I give credit where credit's due. People come to this channel, they go check out the videos, they do this, they go to Instagram and blah, 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 blah. They post some facts, and they do that, and they don't credit anything. Great, right? So then they look like, oh, they're a great source, great on that, right? Then other people come here, and they have different articles and different like that too, but they're not crediting sources. Meanwhile, we're doing all this hard work, and we're being a big part of the community and a big part of it, and people are taking all this information. When I get information from the Spoiling Dead fans or comicbook.com or Insider or this or that or there too, it's in the photo and info credits at the beginning, and that's the way it should be. I learned my lesson way back when we were getting information, but you give credit where credit is due, and that's what it's all about, and I try to do that for sure. But sorry, a little tangent for sure, but Mario the Third Q&A, I have a strange feeling that Helicopter Group is probably using other two communities for their profits. Do you have some strange ideas over the theme? I do understand this is a bold one. Ha 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 ha. I don't know. We'll have to see, because it looks most likely that Rick and Jadis went to one of the communities, and the three circles are at least three different communities coming together is what I'm hearing. And the Nebraska State University, which is the Walking Dead third show, is one of those communities. So the idea of Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts being the three groups are good, but Nebraska is all the way over here, so it doesn't really fit on the map. So I don't really know how it's going to be with that, but I do like the idea of certain communities are doing certain things. Reminds me a little bit like the Hunger Games kind of thing with the different districts and the different things. So it's like they all have their different roles and their different spots and they're different there too. So it's pretty interesting. It's pretty great for it there too. So there you go, Mike. Yeah, so when I give credit is due, for sure. There's people that have on there too, but I'm not saying that I get all the stuff there, but when I have information beforehand, I do it. So how else would I know it? Because there's other sources that have told me the information, for sure. And they have to be anonymous because I'm not trying to get people in trouble, that's for sure. So I give credit where credit is due, so you come on and stop trolling on there as well. There you go. Thank you very much. I was waiting for someone to say it. You're the guy. That's what you do. But, you know, there's always one in every crowd, and I'm not trying to be like... So, Mike, do you go online and go to, like, Instagram and just tell people, like, yeah, where'd you get that information? When there's a big person that's posting stuff as facts from there, too. Do you go to that group? Do you go to that person and say the same thing? I hope you do, because that's pretty messed up if you're just coming to me and to complain on that, too. Hopefully you're going to all the other channels that get information from that and do all that, too. Just don't bring it here. Man, I love when people bring it up, but always got to step up for yourself and protect yourself and just, you know, come out and stand up for yourself. That's for sure, Mike. And everybody there too. So no hate against you. Maybe you're just saying a point, but show some support and love for what we do here. How about you support us for that as well too? But, you know, that's great. So the information we have, like I said, when it comes there, just remember where you heard it first. Boom! Janet Person. Janet, where you been? Janet, I haven't seen you in a while. Q&A, Brian. Do you think Alden or Gage will try to kill Lydia? I hope not. I don't see that in Alden's form. I wouldn't want to see like a guy trying to kill a woman or a girl or anything like that too. I wouldn't want to see that at all. There's been stuff in the comics that's happened there that it's not really coming to the show. The whole Whisper angle, survival of the fittest, we'll just say that. There's some things that they didn't bring to the show, not yet at least. Maybe they bring it here, but it's awkward to watch. And if Alden or Gage wants to try to kill Lydia, I don't really like that for Alden. Alden is supposed to be a likable guy, and if he goes after Lydia, that's really not going to be a good look. Maybe Gage tries something, but I don't know. It's just interesting for what we could have potentially for it. Boyd Q&A. Oh man, it just jumped on me. But boom, sorry. Boyd, do you think Virginia and her group will be wiped out during the first few episodes? I don't think I could take a whole season of her as a villain. I hope so. I hope that Fear the Walking Dead, that's a question for Fear the Walking Dead for those who don't watch that show. I know not everyone watches Fear, but Virginia was a villain that was added towards the end of the season, and it was like, man, I don't know if we can take that voice or take that thing for too much longer, but she would probably last half the season, because Fear the Walking Dead does half the seasons. They go half the seasons on the boat, and then half the season in Mexico, and half the season at the ranch, and half the season at the dam, and half the season here, and half the season at the stadium, and half the season there. It's a bunch of half seasons. So I'm hoping that half the season is there. So we'll see. But I don't know. I just hope she's gone too as quickly as possible. M King Q&A. How do you feel about Jesus' new show? I haven't watched it. That's Prodigal Son. I have not seen it at all. It's on Fox. I've heard good things. I know people like it. They like him, so they like it there too. So I haven't seen Prodigal Son yet. I'm probably going to watch it on demand because it's just one of those things that just haven't had time to watch that and make videos, because The Walking Dead's back, you know. So I love talking about it. I love making videos on there as well too. So like Callie Southern, whatever your name is, you should limit your videos to 2 a week. 1 review, 1 news, and quality will be much higher. You pump out too many videos, man. Well, when I get information, I share it. And I love talking about a bunch of different things. So if I want to make 15 videos a day, I will make 15 videos a day, and you can watch it or not. My quality and my stuff is not concerned. My quality is high. My information is great. And when I get it, I love to talk about it. I would do a top 10 video. I will talk about things I liked about the episode. I will talk about a review of the episode. I will have a breakdown of next week's little trailer for it. And if I want to make videos, I would love to do it. You do not have to watch it. You do not have to complain about it. How about you support and you support? And how about you support it and stop telling me what to do, or start your own channel and do what you want to do there. Thank you very much, and have a good day. Mark Simmons, my man Mark. Bri, what are your predictions on Negan? I think Negan is just biding his time, and he's going to step up and do some big things this season. I think Negan is trying to stay alive. I think that the group is going to go after Negan. They're going to be a problem for Negan. Negan is probably going to look for a way out. And I think that Negan, if you've seen some of the latest videos, I think Negan leaves. And I think Negan gets the comic story arc somewhat to the Whispers. Could be a little remix here and there, but I think it'd be pretty cool to see how it happens, because I know a lot of people want to see the Negan Alpha confrontation. And I think people want to see that. And if the show doesn't deliver big moments, I think that we could have a big thing going where people kind of be like, oh, I wish they did that. I wish they did that. I think if it hits the big comic moments, sorry, I was reading some of the comments. If it hits some of the big moments, we're good, right? I think it's pretty awesome for it to be like, yeah, we did it. Fan service. And season 10, episode 1 is some fan service, but that is great. That's what we got. Mike 35, I got your back, Brian. I appreciate it. I appreciate when people got your back, because I got your back on here too. I don't like when people attack other people. People go after them. They say this, and you can disagree. You can disagree with me on there too. Like Callie, you can disagree with my videos on there as well. You can disagree with how many videos I make, but that ain't going to stop me, baby. I'm going to make videos all the time. I love talking about The Walking Dead, and people that watch them want to watch it too. So when I got to say about The Walking Dead, this is Walking Dead season. This is Walking Dead day. The Walking Dead is back. Season 10, a decade of dead. A decade of dead is great. The decade of dead per Greg Nicotero. If you don't follow G Nicotero on Instagram, give him a follow. That's Greg Nicotero, one of the best executive producers and people in the game for sure. It is awesome to be a part of the Walking Dead family. And if you follow some of these people on Instagram, you'll see some great quality information. And that's sometimes where we get some of it, not even from the spoiler sites. So when they post things, like did anybody watch New York Comic Con? Anybody see the panels or the pictures or the videos? Because it was pretty great. I didn't really see all of it, but I saw when Lauren Cohan basically stormed the stage, and it was cool because that was unexpected. You're like, oh, we finally get answers too. And what are the odds that I posted a video asking the question, will she ever come back? That was on Thursday, I want to say I posted it. On Saturday, we got the answer. Awesome stuff. Lauren Cohan is back. She's coming back, and I'm excited for it. I know not everybody likes Maggie and that she went away and Lauren Cohan went to be on another show and all that, but Lauren Cohan is part of the Walking Dead family. And really, when she comes back, it should be pretty great. I'm excited to see it. And she's coming back. The word is for season 10, and into season 11. And in season 11, she'll be a series regular for sure. So pretty awesome. And that was great. Then we got information about Princess coming. We got information that The Walking Dead season 11 is happening, which I'm excited for. I'm excited to like be a part of it for another season. I still think that 12 seasons is a great run for it, but 10 seasons is pretty cool too. So I'm pretty excited to talk about it, and it was pretty great to see that information there too. So let me see it. James, he says, I'm giving it 15 minutes, then I'm posting spoilers. James Fry, don't like threaten that you're going to post spoilers. You're like, I will talk about the episode in the back half of it, the last 20, 30 minutes of the hour. So relax with it, man. You know, like if you're going to be posting stuff, not everybody wants to see all the stuff. We will talk about it here. I'm not trying to do, on there. But yeah, it's a Rick hat, it's a Shane hat basically with the logo on top of it for sure. So yeah, sorry, the connection is a little laggy there too. I apologize for that, but I'm excited, guys. The Walking Dead is back. New York Comic Con gave us a lot of good information. We found out about Lauren Cohan coming back. We found out I wish we had the name of the Walking Dead third show. It'd be like, man, it's great. It's a cool name, maybe, potentially, or maybe it's cheesy, but maybe they still haven't come up with it. I'm surprised they don't have a name yet. I mean, they're filming it. It's going to be 10 episodes. They film in Virginia. They have this. You don't have the title yet of the name? That strikes me as a little odd. Vlad Keel, Q&A, do you think Walking Dead should start really changing most stuff in the comics to set up post-Commonwealth stories? That's a great question because I don't know how they can go after the Commonwealth. We already have movies, we have spin-offs, we have extra stuff happening from the comics. The comic is the basis. The fundamental underlying stuff is the Walking Dead comic. But the Walking Dead has a TV show that's different than the comic, a spin-off that's nowhere near the comic, movies that could be connected with the comic in a way if it's a Commonwealth or not on there too. So I don't know what's going to happen with all of that, but I'm excited to see the future of it, and I think the future can be great if it's done right. And I know that, man, James, there's no need for that, bro. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing there? So, yeah, I kept the beard one more week. I don't know. It's been a crazy week for it. I was trying to shave. I think I'm going to do it. I'm trying to plan what to do for Las Vegas and Oregon in a couple weeks. It might be a little chilly there, so I don't know if I need the beard on there, keep a little warmth in there, but it's funny. Mario the Third Q&A, Bri. If the helicopter group is actually stationed in Philadelphia, that isn't too far if they want release Michonne. It would really make sense for her to meet Rick. I hope so. I hope that probably not the first movie. The second movie would be great if Michonne and Rick can be reunited. And the information that I got, the early information that I got that isn't confirmed by any means, is that they're trying or planning to start filming the first movie late November 2019 this year. So I posted that on, where did I post that? Instagram? Facebook and Instagram, I think. So I like the idea of them finishing The Walking Dead. They finish filming, and season 10 will be done the middle of November, right before Thanksgiving. Then maybe they have the holidays and whatever, and then they start filming right after Thanksgiving, early December, late November. They start filming the first Walking Dead movie. I don't know if that's still the plan or not, but hopefully they start filming it very soon. Andrew Lincoln, Scott Gimple, Robert Kirkman, maybe Pollyanna McIntosh, Corey Hawkins. I don't know if and when we'll be starting to see that. Is it going to be straight on set? Is it just going to be at, in AMC Studios? Is it just going to be a bunch of things that's going to be around the country? Or if it's going to be filmed here and told that it's Philadelphia, or filmed in Georgia and said it's going to be Philadelphia, because that makes sense. And we can have it filmed somewhere else and be told somewhere else. That's what happens all the time. So, they're filming the Walking Dead third show in Virginia, but they're saying it's Nebraska. They filmed The Walking Dead in Georgia, and they say it's Virginia, around the D.C. area. So, it's interesting that we can have it filmed somewhere else and said somewhere else too. So, I'm excited to find out more and more information, and when I get information with you, I share about it, right? I like the idea because when I get information, I share it with you because we love to share it with everybody. So when we get information, we share it with you. That's why we make so many videos. Like we made a bunch of videos yesterday because we were getting information and spoilers about the beta stuff and this. And I was like, man, this is pretty cool because I'm excited to see this information and share it with you because maybe not everybody saw it, but then it was like spreading like wildfire. Lauren Cohan's back. Lauren Cohan's back. Season 11, renewed, all that crazy stuff, right? So it's pretty awesome for sure. But man, I don't know what's happening here in the top chat stuff. It's kind of crazy, right? I don't know why we're getting crazy here. James, man, relax. Like James Fry, like relax with the comments and attacking people. And there's no need for this. There's no need for that at all. And I don't want to block you because you've been coming for a while and you're doing all this stuff too. But, you know, the zero tolerance stuff on there. So I'm not sure why that's a thing. But people get crazy. People get crazy, you know, on the internet. You know, they're like, I can say whatever I want and people get away with it. You know, it's just ridiculous. So, but Walking Dead, still filming. Not too much information about it, but it's back. Season 10, episode 1 is tonight. So I'm excited for the future of the rest of season 10. If you have seen season 10, episode 1, hopefully you enjoyed it. Some people said it was great. Some people said it was okay. Some people said it was this. I liked it a lot. The cinematography is great. The music is great. The pacing is great. You see a lot of different things in the episode, a lot of different groups in the episode, right? So it's interesting when you see the episode. So I'm going to talk about season 10, episode 1 now for the back half, the last 29, 30 minutes of the live stream. And if you haven't seen the episode, and you don't want to know the spoilers, I want you to try and leave the chat then because I don't want to ruin anything for you because some people they want to be surprised for tonight. And I would hate to be, I would hate for people to be spoiled the episode if they want to see it. But I'm just loving to talk about it. I just really want to talk about it because I watched it on Monday and I'm like, oh my God. Okay. So spoiler warning, season 10, episode 1. Here we go. So everything we talked about in other videos, it happens. We see that it's a satellite, the initial thing. Satellite comes out, crashes, comes down, goes on the Whisper border, which is a big deal. And they want to stop the fire that it caused because it came down and it crash landed and it was probably on fire from the atmosphere and everything, and the speed of it caused the fire. And it's on the Whisper border. So they have to go into the Whisper border to stop it from spreading, right? And the spreading of the fire is a point of emphasis because it's legit. It's a good concern. It's like, man, I don't know if I would be like, okay, what do you do about it? Because the Whisper border is the thing, and some people are scared about the whispers. But if you stay on your side and you stay within the borders, it should be fine, right? Well, there's a walker skin. There's a cute scene with Judith and RJ, and they're talking, but before that, they get shells from the beach, and there's a walker skin, a whisperer skin. Is it a whisperer mask? Is it just a walker face? I'm not sure, right? So we have the whisperer skin in Oceanside area, and you see a lot of Oceanside this episode around there, and it's great because we haven't seen any of Oceanside really in season 9 except them being there. It's one of those things where like we saw the group, but we didn't see Oceanside less, but we're going to see them more this season. And I wonder why they're highlighting that. But when you watch the episode, there's a spot where it might be hinted at. I think there's 2 things that hint that Michonne is going to leave being alive, not getting killed. Also, Denise Huth, she's one of the executive producers on the show. She said that Denai Guerrero, Michonne's exit, brings up more questions than answers. So to me, that just shows that she's going to live. Because if she died and she was killed off, that would be easy. All right, she's gone. But what's going to happen with RJ and Judith in the future of things? That's definitely a thing, right? So Michonne, Oceanside, their training, the music, it's pretty awesome. Their training Jerry and Ezekiel open up walkers. They let them out, and then they do things. They work on the archers. They work on the different like cavalry, infantry kind of thing. They have tactics. They have special weapons and tactics, if you will, right? So it's pretty sweet. So they go in there and they have their different abilities. And there's a great thing. Judith kills one of the walkers coming in out of the water. And then she runs back to the group and they take out all the walkers. And Alden throws a spear. That's his new thing, throwing spears. And it's pretty cool. The music, it builds it up. And then it gets a little crazy. And, you know, the wall comes down and the walkers start to come out of the boat that they were being kept in. And it was like, okay, they were training. But it's kind of crazy that it's one of those things where, you know, it's a little much because they should be able to take care of these walkers. You know, I mean, we're talking about 10 years into the zombie apocalypse or so many, it's around the 10 years in the zombie apocalypse, they can handle it. But it's a little kind of dramatic thing there too. And the way they add the CGI blood and stuff and Michonne taking out the walkers, and it's pretty awesome, right? There's a lot of CGI in it. But the budget might have been a little bad because there's a bad CGI deer again. The CGI deer is definitely better than season 7's. I don't think it gets any worse than the season 7 deer, but it's pretty cool. They do a good job overall, but the deer is kind of like, because Daryl shoots a deer, the deer runs off. You don't really see the arrow in the deer. I guess it broke off, but it collapses at the edge of the Whisperer border. Walkers come out and kill it, and then there's a disagreement with Carol and Daryl about going over there, and Carol's like, look, let's get the deer. We can feed our people. And Daryl's like, no, let's honor the borders. Let's do this. Let's not cause any trouble, right? But it's interesting that the CGI with the flames and the blood and the stuff, it was pretty cool. And then the deer kind of got a little hit. So I don't know if they were doing it to be funny or to talk about it or what. So it's pretty interesting that the CGI stuff is there. In a lot of aspects, it's pretty good, but it's a little messed up with the deer, in my opinion. So, Viper, you'll be able to see episodes 2 and 3 early on, I guess every Friday is when they come out early. So if you watched it early, you got to wait all that time now till it comes out. But I'll probably watch the episode again. I've already watched the episode twice, and I loved it both times. So you see a lot of different groups, and you see a couple of groups. You see Alexandria, you see Oceanside, you see the Love Quadrangle, you see Negan, you see Lydia. You see a lot of people in this episode. Eugene's hilarious. You also meet Dante. And I have to say, Dante is weird. He's kind of like over the top, and I don't know if he's trying to just be that way or if it's the way Sadiq is hearing him, because Sadiq is messed up. Sadiq is having PTSD. He's got to put water on his face, and he sees a spider. I don't know if the spider's there or not, if he's imagining it or what. But it's interesting because the introduction of Dante is that he's a doctor. So now we have Sadiq and Dante, 2 doctors. And you know when we have the idea with 2 doctors, one of them's got to go. So what's going to happen for sure? I don't know if it's Sadiq, if it's Dante, but usually when we got 2 doctors, one of them's got to go. Like look at what happened with Enid. You know, that'll happen there too. So I don't know if I'd want Dante or Sadiq to go, but right now Dante is just weird. He's saying too that doctors in the zombie apocalypse are basically like gods, right? And you're like, no, you're a doctor. Don't ever say like you're bigger than other things and that you're a doctor. Great. You have great education, but don't put yourself on a pedestal. That's just weird, right? Because they're important. And I know what he's getting at, but that's just a weird line. It's a weird thing. It's just like, what? So Dante, you'll see it, and it's just creepy the way it is too. And the way they focus in on his mouth, like Sadiq is looking at it, he's trying to be funny. And then I don't know, is he a whisper? The way they're making it sound, because when Sadiq looks at him, he has this, he looks at the mouth of Dante, and it gives him a flashback. And it's a cool flashback because it's season 9, episodes 15, when they're in the barn and stuff, and you see Alpha with the machete, and it's bleeding, and you see Enid, and you see Henry, and you kind of see it a little again too. So it's kind of cool, but I just don't know what to make of it yet, and it's good. The baby's crying, but then they're playing music, and then they turn off the music, and the music is playing, the baby is liking the music, and then they turn it off, and the baby starts to cry, and then they turn the music back on, the baby likes the music. It's kind of cute, it's kind of funny, it's kind of one of those things. Sadiq's way of parenting versus Eugene's way of parenting. To me, it's setting up that Eugene is going to eventually take on the role of the father. Father, not the father. But he is the person that they're highlighting a lot with baby Coco. So I like the idea that the baby Coco could end up with Eugene because Eugene cares about Rosita. And it's kind of funny when Rosita is feeding the baby. It's funny, right? So there's some funny little moments with it. The whole thing with Negan and Father Gabriel. You do see Dante. You do see Brandon. And you see the thing where Lydia is trying to read and she's working hard. And that's definitely going to come back around. That she's going to have to use that skill, for it. So then they come in and the council needs to take a meeting. What to do? Should they lock down Alexandria? Should they do this? Should they do that? Because they found the Whisperer skin, right? So, the Whisperer mask. I think it's just the face. I don't know if it's a mask. We don't really see it too much because it's in the sand, so you can't really see what it is. And I wonder, because when Michonne cuts off the face of one of the walkers, it kind of goes, and it goes in the sand. And then it goes into the water. So is that the same skin that they got? But then they were by water and different water, so it doesn't sound like it is. But the other thing is that Aaron is highlighted a little bit here. Aaron and Michonne are highlighted. Aaron's talking about being the good guys. Are we the good guys? And I don't know if they edited it or if Michonne drops an S-bomb instead of an F-bomb, but she doesn't say the F word in the episode. She says the S word in the episode. So I don't know if they changed that or not, but she doesn't actually say the F word, so that was wrong when we had that video, but it was the S word instead. And Magna's group, Luke is flirting with Jules. It's kind of a nice little thing that could possibly happen there with Jules. She's a new character from Oceanside, so we get to see some new characters, right? There's a little couple things that I thought were interesting. They highlighted, what's her name, Laura, a little bit more. And when they start highlighting a character a little bit more and a little bit more, it usually means they're going to have a bigger thing happen to them. And on the show The Walking Dead, they usually mean they get killed off. So, man, I don't know why people are doing this. James, bro, just relax. Just everybody relax in here, too. I mean, I don't know why we're doing this, too. We're just trying to talk about The Walking Dead. So, James, man, just chill out, B. Come on, let's have a good time here. It's just not that crazy with it, too. Brian Alcom, what happened to Eduardo? I don't know. Don't know what happened to Eduardo. We haven't seen Eduardo in a long time. I hope to see him at Hilltop whenever we get to see Hilltop, for sure. So, I'm not sure what's going on with the top chat, but either way, The Walking Dead Season 10. Let's talk about Carol, Daryl, Connie, everything, too. So, Connie is definitely somewhat of a love interest for Daryl. Daryl is learning sign language. He has the book in his back pocket. They highlight that. And Connie and Kelly have a nice little moment. They definitely highlighted Kelly. And if you know this channel, you know that Connie and Daryl, something could happen there. But Kelly is having a problem with her hearing. Right? So Connie talks with Kelly and they talk about her hearing. And when there's a lot of people and a lot of sound, probably the ocean, and a lot of people talking, she can't hear. Excuse me. She can't hear well. So if you know this channel, you know what we talked about, what may potentially happen with some spoilers that I got first, actually, before some of the groups. But, either way, it's definitely published in one of the groups, one of the big spoiler groups. And I hate to be that guy, but, people are coming at me a little bit. So the idea of Kelly being killed off is probably going to happen. And it probably has something to do with the hearing. So, again, when they highlight something, they plant the seed, they're setting something up for another episode, later episode, and it could be around episode 1008 or 1009. So I think Kelly is not looking good for that too. So we'll have to see what happens with it. So, and then the line that is said between Daryl and Carol that they want to travel. Carol's been on a boat. She's been going away from everything. They talk about Maggie a little bit. They briefly mention her name. Carol comes back to Oceanside on a boat. She's a sea dog, and she loves it. She loves being out on the water, which is cool. Ezekiel helps her, and it's kind of an awkward little moment where he's trying to earn some brownie points with Carol. And Carol's like, I got to go say hi to Daryl. Sorry, thanks. Good to see you. But, that ship has sailed, if you will, right? So I like the idea of that Carol-Daryl dynamic being big for the season, but I don't ever see that happening with it being a romantic relationship. Carol and Daryl are talking, and they say that they should travel, go see the world, go see the rest of it. This can't be all that's left there in the Walking Dead world, the Virginia story area, right? And it's for sure. I think it's interesting because the dynamic of Carol and Daryl is there, and I love that, right? But they say the word, they say the city or the state of New Mexico. And for those who know another AMC show that was filmed in New Mexico, one of the best shows of all times, is Breaking Bad. And the connection with New Mexico, Breaking Bad, Walking Dead, Blue Meth, Breaking Bad, all that stuff too. It's crazy, right? So it's interesting that I like the idea of having more connecting points in the AMC family, and Breaking Bad and New Mexico is kind of there too. Now, will they ever go there? Maybe. I hope, that Carol and Daryl get reunited with Rick. And I don't know if he went to New Mexico, if that was a foreshadowing thing or it was just a nice connecting point with Breaking Bad. But I hope that Carol and Daryl go take their group or themselves to go find Rick or go help Michonne if that ever happens. Mike 35, Carol becoming a pirate. She talks about that. She's like, yeah, get on a boat with me, be pirates. It's awesome, right? And, Daryl's like, nah, one of those in the little rooms and cabins. And that ain't for me. That's for sure. But it's crazy. So I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm loving the idea of what happens with The Walking Dead Season 10. Because there's so many things going around. We should get more news about Alpha and Beta and the Beta backstory, the Alpha backstory a little bit there too, how they came to be. We don't really see the Whisperers at all in the episode. A lot of walkers get attracted to the fire, and Ezekiel is trying to put out the fire himself because he's worried about the kingdom. And it's crazy because I could see that being a thing. And I love the idea that The Walking Dead talks about the kingdom and talks about this. And it's crazy that Ezekiel doesn't have a place. But this is like uncharted territory for the story of Ezekiel, because Ezekiel should be gone in the Pike lineup, but he's still alive. So it's kind of crazy to think there too. So I'm excited to see what happens with it. You see Alpha at the very end of the episode. So they put out the fire. They do all that. Daryl throws his axe and cuts the tree down, takes out some walkers, and pretty cool stuff too. So Grant, I don't really want Michonne and Ezekiel to be together. I want Michonne and Rick to be together, but I think Ezekiel and them will have their little moment, and then Ezekiel get killed off probably in episode 6 is my guess. Sorry, I'm coughing because of the throat irritation, but allergies and everything, so I apologize. Andy B at the PT channel, are you looking forward to the third spinoff show? I'm worried they're bringing too many, but if they tie into the Rick movies, I'm all for it. I'm excited for the third spinoff show. But then again, I was excited for Fear the Walking Dead, and it kind of let me down. But I think this show, the showrunner is Matt Negretti. Matt Negretti, he's been a writer on The Walking Dead for a long time and one of the producers, and he's the showrunner for the show of The Walking Dead 3. And I hope that it can be good. Hope that they bring him over, and it's awesome. And if you bring a person from The Walking Dead over, it can be great. Fear the Walking Dead had Dave Erickson. Dave Erickson was connected with Sons of Anarchy. Nothing to do with The Walking Dead. Then they bring over Ian and whoever those people are. They have nothing to do with The Walking Dead. So Fear the Walking Dead had its own problems, its own thing, and nothing there too. You brought someone over from The Walking Dead for the third show. I think it could be great. So Zane, sorry, I got to answer this because the person like, Zane, I really enjoy this Chan, but lately you're pushing the book series too much is beyond annoying, bro. We get it. We'll buy if interested. Well, thanks, Zane. How about you support it instead of hating? Check it out. And again, don't talk about the books unless you read the books. That's all I can say is definitely check it out. Support, if you like the channel, like what we do. There you go. Appreciate it. If you want to check out the book series, Fight For Us, Amazon.com. We have a link to it right here, the Amazon store. If you're going to check out the book series, go to that channel, the Amazon storefront, and check out the book series there. We got Kindle and paperback versions. And for those interested, it's pretty awesome. And I love talking about the Fight For Us series. It's one of my favorite things. I love talking about it, writing it, reading it, being a part of it, and hopefully you can too. And check it out. I'm excited. But that's a great point, Sandra. I don't know where Fear the Walking Dead is going to be because you have The Walking Dead. It'll be on, for 7 more weeks after today. So that'll take us into December. And then we got, or I guess November-ish. I don't know. I guess, December, right? But then it'll probably be back in February. It usually comes back in February. So you got Fear the Walking Dead is a summer show. But spring 2020 is when this third show is going to take place. So you have The Walking Dead. I'll probably go from February, March, April is when that'll be done. And then at the end of April, The Walking Dead third show will come out. So that's a 10-week show, by the way. They have 10 episodes, I believe. So if you have 10 weeks, you have 10 episodes, which is 2.5 months. If it goes April, May, and June, it'll take us to then. And then does Fear the Walking Dead pick up in June, July, and August, or July, August, September, and then we have The Walking Dead come back in October for season 11. It can happen. It can be one of those things where you can have The Walking Dead 3, and then Fear the Walking Dead, and then maybe sometime there in the summer, or I'm not sure when it's coming out, but The Walking Dead movie. That's going to be in there too. So right now, we're going to have all this Walking Dead year round, and that's what AMC wants to do, right? AMC wants to have probably The Walking Dead all the time. And I don't fault them for that. AMC has a cash cow and a great series and a great franchise of The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead shows, the spinoffs, the movies. So why not have it going, right? I'm excited to have that. Travis, hey Brian, are your books on audio yet? I actually researched how to do it yesterday, and I have to find out a thing on Audible, and I'm trying to figure out a thing of how to do it right. And I would love to make the first book and do that, but I'm trying to get my man Stan Yak to draw up some art, and I'll do some dialogue with it over it. I'll do some vocals with some of the stuff from the first book, a little bit of the opening to draw people on, and that'll be on our Fight For Us channel for that to draw some people in. And I'm excited for that to happen because I want to draw people in to see it, to visualize it, to do that because I got supporters and I love you guys, but I just don't have enough supporters to make it turned into a video, movie, something. And that's the dream. That's the goal, is to turn it into a series. And I think we can do it. And I would love to be a competitor against that. And I think it would be awesome. But I just love the idea of eventually turning into something too. Strongest Avenger. Love that name. Q&A. Got to go, Bri. Thanks, Bri. Are you making a video after premiere? I have a review of it that I'll post. I'll probably make a review in a little bit, and then I'll post it tonight, probably around the 10 o'clock hour, 9-something o'clock hour. So after you watch it, you can come check it out. And then I'll have a bunch of different videos for it. And, I'll have a top 10 list, top 10 Tuesdays, and all this stuff, man. The Walking Dead is back, and I'm super excited for it. The episode's great tonight. We'll get to meet some new characters, some new stuff, some new story arcs. We'll see Alpha for like 4 seconds. You'll get to see the satellite stuff, and it's true what happened there, and the information that we shared and got with you guys, it's true, man. Pretty cool too. So no, I'm not Robert Kirkman. I am definitely not Robert Kirkman at all. I'm a person that definitely has my own story, my own franchise, my own story going forward in the awesome story of Fight For Us. So if you definitely want to join the fight, check out the book series on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. I'm excited to talk about that as well. We have those on our other channel, so if you like it, I'm definitely excited for sure too. So thank you, James. Read their first book. It was pretty good. I thank you. And it gets better. I became a better writer over as with anything, you learn from your mistakes. You learn what to do. You learn how to improve on it. And I believe my writing from book 1 to book 10, soon to be the first prequel book, so book 11, is going to be very important. And I should be a better writer from day one. From book 1 to book 11, I should improve over the time. And I believe that I have. Let me see some of your questions. I'll finish up here with some of your awesome questions. Thank you guys for taking the time. I truly appreciate it. Andy B, one last question. Who's your most missed character and why? I miss Myrtle because he was a lovable rogue who could have brought so much to the series, but who's yours? Love your content. I like Myrtle. Myrtle was great. Probably Abraham. I liked Abraham. I think Abraham brought a lot to the show too. Glenn was great. But I'll probably have to go with Abraham though. I love Abraham and Michael Cutlitz. Janet, Q&A, Brian, what do you think of the Whisperers killing Ezekiel and making a mask with his skin? That would be awesome and awful at the same time. Am I being a ghoul? I love that idea, Janet. That would be amazing. That would be great, and it needs to happen. But we know, Janet, you know our theory, right? You know our theory about Eric's face that never happened, and I wish it did because that would be amazing, but the time jump kind of messed that all up. But if they kill Ezekiel, hopefully it's done in a major, awesome way. And I wouldn't mind seeing that as a Whisperer mask. That would be pretty awesome if they did that. But I don't know if they would because, it might be towing the line with some people getting mad. But I can see both sides of it. And I'm not saying one's right or the other by any means, but I can see that. But I would like the idea of a major character being turned into a Whisperer skin mask. That would be pretty cool. Xmas Girl, Q&A, have you seen the theory that Carol hallucinated Alpha in episode 1? No, are you saying that she didn't actually see her in the stare down? Because I don't think so. I think they actually see each other. But the way Alpha comes out, she's like, let me stretch. I'm good. And where did all those walkers go? That's crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen the theory. I don't see other people's channels, regardless of what people say. I don't watch other people's content at all. I come up with my own original stuff and my own videos. But I don't know. That's interesting. Gary Page, hey, Q&A, Brad, do you think Alpha will kill the king because she thinks he's still with Carol? I don't know. That's a great point. Alpha doesn't know that they broke up, but I don't know. That's a cool thing that would happen, but I think the king has to do something big. He needs to have an epic death if he's going to die. But I like that theory, Gary Page. That's pretty cool. Travis Q&A, who do you think will take care of TJ and Judith? Well, it's RJ and Judith. I think RJ will die. I don't think RJ is going to die. We can't have kids die like that. And RJ needs to see his family. RJ needs to eventually see Rick. And I think that Judith and RJ are the future of the series, and the way it eventually ends is Judith and RJ, the future of it. I just think that's a potential ending, and I wouldn't want to see RJ get killed. I won't want to see Judith get killed either. Judith is one of my favorite new characters, and I love that at all too. So, oh man, you guys. But thank you guys for watching, being a part of it, asking good questions on there too. I don't know why it gets crazy in these things, man. We just got to be able to talk about things. I just love the idea of talking about The Walking Dead and making great videos. Sorry, let me go through some of these. Lil Chi, sorry, I don't know what's going on with this. Lil Chi, Q&A, Brad, do you think Ezekiel will get killed by Beta at the water tower at Hilltop? I don't know. That would be crazy too. That's another good point because they have a water tower there. And in the comic, it's a different water tower, a different scenario. And again, the show is the show, the comic is the comic, remixes there and there. It's pretty crazy that I like that idea, Little Chi. That's pretty cool. That water tower could be how they get killed. And maybe it's different. And it could be different. Remember, there is a water tower there, and that's a pretty good question. I love it. No, Rick is not dead. Rick is very much alive. You got to get up to the point there. I'm not going to say that name because it's a little crazy. The Walking Dead is back. That is right. How did the borders get set up around Oceanside? I don't know. That's a great question. Maybe that's a little plot hole or what, but I don't know how big the land is and where they were and how they are, but that's kind of crazy to think that, what happened with this borders and how big is Alpha's land. But we'll find out, hopefully. The Walking Dead doesn't do everything great. I mean, regardless, people love them. People love whatever The Walking Dead does. People hate whatever The Walking Dead does. I'm a realist. I like what The Walking Dead does for the most part. The CGI deer is pretty funny. Does it make or break the show for me? No. I still love the premiere. Love people are like, all right. Sorry, let me get rid of this guy here because zero tolerance, man. Got to do it. So hold on, let me just do a little cleaning out here. But I just wish people could get along and do everything and have a nice, fun conversation about an awesome show, The Walking Dead universe. But people come at me, people come at this, people come at that. But overall, I enjoyed the season 10 premiere. Talking Dead, let's talk about that briefly. Talking Dead has a lot of guests tonight. They have Daryl, Carol, Negan, Judith, Angela Kang, and Greg Nicotero. It is pre-recorded. It is not live. TWD rewards points. You can get 400 for the code word in the Walking Dead episode and 200 from the Talking Dead code, and they're already up where to put it. Sometimes the code comes up and they don't have a spot to put it on there too. So pretty awesome stuff. I'm excited for the Walking Dead, Talking Dead, the future of the show, the series, all that stuff. It was pretty great. I think it's pretty fun to talk about it. I love talking about it, guys. So thank you guys for taking the time for it. Thank you, Sandra, for the super chat. Thank you guys for taking the time. Definitely check out the Fight For Us book series. The link is right there if you want to check it out. Amazon.com. Got the shop, the PT channel right there. So it's pretty cool stuff. Thank you guys for being a part of it. I truly appreciate it. I will have another live stream next Sunday. And let me see. So I got a live stream. Come on, calendar. Because I'm going to Las Vegas, so I got next week and the next week. So I got 2 more live streams, and then I won't be around the 27th. So I'll be gone for a significant amount of time towards the 23rd to the 28th. So I won't be able to post videos for all that time, which is terrible, but I will be getting some great videos in Las Vegas and in Oregon and a couple places like that too. So I'll be able to do some things, but I just won't be able to be online, which kind of sucks because I love being here and being a part of it, and I love to post videos, and I'm sure a lot of information will come out and I won't be able to post, and I'll have anxiety about that. But thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. And if you haven't already, guys, please hit that subscribe button. It really means a lot to us. We have a goal of 100,000 subscribers. And when you do, you get a silver play button. It would mean a lot to us. We started this channel way back when, almost 5 years ago now. End of January next year will be 5 years. And if I have 83,400 subscribers. So we're right there. We're like getting closer and closer every day. So if so many people, half the people, a quarter of the people can get one person to subscribe, if everybody can get one person to subscribe, which it costs nothing to do, you can get a subscription and get an awesome content for it. And we can hit our goal of 100,000 subscribers. When we do, it should be awesome and amazing. I will have a giveaway, prize giveaway, and a quiz. Well, probably a quiz for a giveaway of it. And I want to do that for quickly as possible. I would love to do it this year for it. And then we can do more and more and more of them because we hit that milestone and it means a lot to us. So, Xmas Girl Q&A. The Talking Dead was just pre-recorded for this one. I'm not sure if it's going to always be pre-recorded, but I just know the first one is for sure. Andy B, definitely going to look at these books of yours. I appreciate it. If you have a Kindle, you have Kindle Unlimited, you can read it for free. If you have a Kindle, you can buy the first book for 99 cents. But it comes back to the channel. And if you like what we do here, how we are, you'll definitely enjoy this series, I believe. But I'm excited for everything there too. So thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. And remember, guys, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself. You can do it. It's about love, support, staying positive, making memories, staying true to yourself, blocking out the haters and the trolls. And enjoy tonight's episode. And as always, see ya.